The power of friendship, huh? Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Hunter, and here we are to do a quick little breakdown and discussion of whether or not Ryoma and Sukuna is going to lose to the power of friendship. Like, sweet, but man, a video I didn't think I'd have to make. But I don't know. Due to the release of Chapter 265, I've seen a lot of people finally, like, accepting and sensing that the end of JJK is near. And, of course, the end of JJK is heavily reliant on Ryoma and Sukuna falling. And I think now that we've gotten to the end of days, people are now looking for reasons to not like that we're at the end of days. And one of the most common reasons I've heard is that apparently now, due to Yuji feeling bad for Sukuna in some sense and talking to him in 265, Ryoma and Sukuna is going to lose to the power of friendship. And that JJK is secretly a Disney manga. I have thoughts. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Editing me, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. And man, camera, if you don't stop falling, lock in, camera. Jeez, I need you. This video should take. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. It ain't another fun fact. Like, here's the thing. I don't blame people for having opinions. I have opinions. And I tell you them all the time. And I don't know why my camera is fighting for its life right now. Like, it ain't gonna stay up. You're gonna stay up, dog. You're gonna stay up. And if you don't, I will keep adjusting you until you do stay up. But I don't blame people for having opinions. I don't even blame people for having wrong opinions. I have wrong opinions all the time. I still think, insert wrong pencil opinion here. I've had like a million of them. Come on now. When you have as many videos on the channel as I do, I've had many wrong opinions before. But still, the idea that this chapter of all chapters is what shows that JJK is a Disney manga, and there are no stakes, and Sukuna's going to lose to the power of friendship. It's ludicrous to me. Because, like, it really depends on what you mean by a Disney manga, right? And whether or not that's a good or bad thing. But typically, when you say Disney manga, it's used in the context of an insult, right? Naturally, because I think everyone remembers the Disney Clover allegations. And if you don't, good. The world is healing. And if you don't remember those, you may remember the Disney Academia allegations. If you don't remember those, that was fast, but good. The world is healing. But now, we're in this weird spot where apparently now JJK is like that. And I think the big thing that a lot of people are pointing to is this interaction right here at the very end of 265. The idea that Sukuna realizes that, Yuji Todori is now pitying him. The King of Curses. Mr. Big Bad himself. And somehow, some way, with that pity being felt and Yuji offering Sukuna an ultimatum in which one way or another he's going to die, that now makes the whole series Disney. And no stakes. And boring because the main character is going to defeat the main antagonist. Like, here's the thing. I understand not liking it because, A, you're a Sukuna fan who wants Sukuna to win. And if that's the case, fine. I think you set yourself up for failure reading a shonen manga, but still, I can understand that. Sukuna's a very well-beloved character. This chapter has only helped Sukuna fans a whole lot in terms of actual characterization, making him more of a human being. Like, this, I can genuinely understand. I can understand not liking that Yuji gets the win because you felt like he was underpowered for a lot of the narrative. And you believe that ultimately a lot of his power-ups here towards the end of the narrative are way too fast, way too speedy, way too unearned and stuff like that. I disagree. I've already made a whole video talking about why I disagree about that, but still, fine. I can give you that. But to look me in the eyes, and these two functioning eyeballs, and tell me that JJK's Disney, in the sense that there are no stakes, and nothing ever felt unpredictable, and or characters all just get away with stuff and or live? Like, I'm sorry, did we read the same chapter? Like, yo, this is the same chapter where we literally had a 2-page death montage. Arguably 3 if you include this one with Mahito and foreshadowing Suka to his own end. But like, yo, admittedly, Wasuke, I get it. He was alive for like, what, 1 chapter? And then I'm mailing out executed. Fine, I can give you that. And obviously, a lot of stories begin with the main character losing a close family member that sends them on the hero's journey. I get that. Junpei, I also understand. Notably, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Junpei. I think he's a good character device, good plot device for Yudi's development. As a character, I can leave it rock with it. Nanami Kento. Personally, I wasn't too affected by Nanami's end. Of course, half of that is because I accidentally spoiled myself on Nanami's end and another character's end that we're going to talk about in a second. But like, even still, that's a pretty big hit. A sensei, a teacher to our main protagonist suddenly, getting executed by not even the main villain. Well, admittedly, Mahito was arguably the main villain at the time, but still, not even the main villain of the overarching series. No, Nanami just getting got for more character development. I think that stakes. I think that's not so Disney-ish. Speaking of more characters getting got, like, Nobara was our female lead, y'all. Like, I love Maki. I really do. I will hype Maki to the moon and back. But Nobara was literally the female character of our trio. This is like shonen basics right here, dog. And she got less than halfway through the narrative. You mean to tell me the story has no stakes? I know people have been huffing straight Nobara copium for like how many years it's been since she got. But still, copium's copium. You can't blame the narrative for that. The narrative been established that girl been gone. Watch us be proven wrong somehow, and then Nobara fans get to scream from the heavens when it's revealed that she's the one who's been narrating JJK all this time. But still, considering I think that's as likely as happening as me spontaneously turning Super Saiyan 14,000, I think it's legitimately impossible to really claim that a series that's more than willing to execute its main female lead less than halfway through its story is Disney or weak or there are no stakes. But you may be like, okay, Pencil Man, fine. The back half of the story, up to Shibuya, fine, that's not Disney. But the whole back half of the narrative, the front half of the story would be Shibuya and Prior, and then the back half of the narrative would be Culling Games and Juku Showdown. So maybe like, fine, Pencil Man, the front half of the narrative wasn't Disney-fied. There were stakes back then, but what about now? There can't be any stakes anymore. Look at Yuji, he's gonna defeat Sukuna with the power of friendship and understanding and enlightenment. Y'all, did y'all forget Choso died not even like 10 chapters ago? Choso, admittedly, not too major a character. I'll give you that. Choso, he ain't too important. He's nothing but an L-take. He got 1 dub that was against his own brother, and that caused him to have an existential crisis, and they proceeded to do basically nothing relevant for the rest of the series until he saved the main character recently, and also died. That's back half of the series, and Choso's a very fan-favorite character. Is he one of my favorite characters? Yeah. But still, very, very, very popular dude here. He's that guy. He's that fellow. And he got executed. Fresh out of nowhere. I still remember being bamboozled by the fact that Choso died. I legit didn't think it happened. When the leaks first came out for that chapter, I was like, whatever. We'll be fine. Whatever. It's this, that. And then the translations came out. I was like, oh, he dead. Whoop, wasn't expecting that. But you may be like, fine, Pencil Man. Sure, you may have beaten the Disney allegations with that. For Choso, but as you just admitted, Choso's a random. He's a nobody. He's a goon. Why should we care about Choso? A random stat pattern. Oh, he was just there to make Yuji feel some more emotion for some character development and to set up for the GOAT Toto's return. That doesn't prove that JJK's not... Satoru Gojo was executed nearly a year ago now. It's August at the time of recording. Satoru Gojo died in September. And no matter how much copium I was huffing, no matter how much copium other Gojo fans were huffing, no matter how much copium Gojo fans are huffing to this day, Satoru Gojo died in the Shinjuku Showdown. Chapter 236. Now at this point, nearly 30 chapters ago, Satoru Gojo's been dead. Hardline. In half. We've been faked out with the return of Goda and stuff like that, but that man's gone. And hey, no matter how you feel about Nobara as the female lead, no matter how you feel about Choso as a supporting character, no matter how you feel about Nanami as a mentor, Junpei as a character device, and Wasuke as the inciting of the hero's journey, you cannot sit here and look me in the eyes after Gege bisected their biggest moneymaker. Their biggest. I love Yuji. Not the biggest moneymaker for JJK. Not the biggest reason JKJ has talked about cross-verse. Not the biggest reason for nothing. I'll be honest. You just kind of fought it relative to the impact of Satoru Gojo, but he still got. If the story was Disneyfied, there's another popular manga that had a very, 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 very major character got, but everybody who read that manga, myself included, knew that character was not actually getting got because the author didn't have the nerve. And they came back. And who knows? Maybe, somehow, Satoru Gojo is going to return. I have more faith in Kenny returning before I believe Satoru Gojo is going to return. Gege took that man out. And we ain't never seeing him again. We may not get another line of Satoru Gojo dialogue that's from this same day forward ever again. No. That's big. That's not... And here's the thing, right? You may be saying, fine, Pencilman. You may have proved, one way or another, that the story isn't Disneyfied. Characters do die, they seem to stay dead one way or another, and they seem to grow in pretty gruesome ways. Getting bisected, having their eyes explode, getting burnt to a crisp, getting exploded again, getting muppetified, and, dying of old age. Like, fine, Pencilman. But what you can't do is tell me that the big bad, my juicy, scrumdiddlyumptious, amazing, wonderful, four-eyed, four-armed, double... Let me stop. I was about to say, I wasn't talking about double mouths. Yeah, double, regardless. You can't sit here and tell me my glorious, juicy, scrumdiddlyumptious, four-eyed, four-armed king is not going to lose to the power of friendship. And an unearned plot power from y'all. Apologies if I've been selling this narrative. Apologies if anyone else has been selling this narrative. But I need y'all to remember, we've been fighting Sukuna for over a year! By the time all is said and done, we'll have been fighting Sukuna for like a year and a half! And of course, in big bad final villain terms, that really ain't much. Like, if you're a Big 3 reader, you'll remember, we were fighting Madara for a minute. We were fighting Madara from the start of the Fourth War to darn near the end of the manga after the Kaguya fight. So we were fighting Madara for way longer, but still, in terms of JJK terms, this man Sukuna's had a run. And not just a run of runs. He ran the verse! Like, we can't sit here, myself included, cannot sit here and pretend like Yuji Itadori did it all himself. He literally didn't. It's like he just factually didn't. This man is only here because other people put him on his back. Put that young man on their back and carried him to this point. And it's good. I don't think that's the power of friendship. I think it's just good planning and using of your resources. Because, let's remember, it's not like Yuji got here by himself. Remember Todo Aoi? My goat, my glorious, scrumdiddlyumptious, muscle-bound king? Yeah, he came in and clutched up, allowed Yuji to focus back up, he saved people from Sukuna's malevolent shrine, and he ate 2 black flashes for the free! Remember Hana? She didn't contribute much. But actually she did, because she freed Satoru Gojo, who did a majority of the damage to Ryoma Sukuna in the Mega form, forcing him to incarnate. So Hana/Angel, cooked. Toto, cooked. Who else was whipping up a scrumdiddlyumptious meal alongside Yuji Itadori? Not with the power of friendship, but with their abilities, which they were violently jumping this man with? Oh yeah. Y'all remember, what's his name? I think his name is, Yuta Kotsu. Sure, he looks pretty pathetic right here, but he smacks Sukuna in the face with a hollow purple. After also running with Yuji in his own domain expansion to give Sukuna them palms. And more than them palms, he ripped off some Sukuna's palms and ripped out his tongue. Like, Yuta put in work. And now, could possibly just be dead. like he doesn't get mentioned in chapter 265. But like in 263, this is the last time we see him. He's not mentioned in 264 or 265 at all. Like, Gege doesn't even give him a name drop or nothing. We have no idea what's up with this man. This is it leads to my Kenny copium. But that's it. And even then, the Kenny copium is real copium. I'm huffing that same stuff that them Gojo fans are huffing. And them Nobara fans are huffing. Like, it's real hard-line copium. But even still, that hardline copium, Yuta may just be dead. No, they're not Disney, but he contributed a whole bunch to the battle. And let's not talk about, once again, Choso, you know, just literally getting chalked, Chris. But like, I don't know. I don't see how this. I don't know how you can read the Shinjuku Showdown and get Disney, no stakes, power. Like how? Like how are you reading it and getting that? Because a little bit of pity was shown. Pity that you. Here's the thing. It'd be one thing if Kanshimo Hajime didn't sacrifice himself. My glorious electric goat didn't get waffle iron. It'd be one thing if Hikorubi Hiromi didn't sacrifice his very life to so greatly to the point where Yuji was hoping to use it against Sukuna to save Megami at the same time and didn't even get a mention in 265 because I guess Gege ran out of panel space. It's not even just that. It's not even just that Satoru Gojo was executed by Ryoben Sukuna just to give Yuji Todori a fighting chance. It's also the fact that the pity that Sukuna was offered, Yuji himself admits in 265, he didn't even expect Sukuna to take. He's legit like, just as I expected, it's no use. Bro hit the Sonic 06 Silver Line on him. It's no use, because he knew it wasn't going to work. The only thing that was going to work was a combination of them hands. And Sukuna's been taking them hands. That's not power of friendship. It's not like all the characters funneled their strength into Yuji, and Yuji went Super Saiyan 37, and now he's going to one-shot Sukuna. No. He's been fighting for over a year in our time, and for like 45 minutes in his time. I know that doesn't sound like much, but still, it probably wasn't that long, but still, he's been eating things. From Jacob's Ladders, to domain expansions, to soul split katanas, to soul punches, to soul seizing punches, to like literally everything. That man's been eating them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and he had leftovers for tomorrow. So no, it's not the power of friendship, and JJK still has stakes. More characters can still die, y'all. Megami may not make it. I'm telling you. Because, once again, I take everything Gege says in an interview with a grain of salt. And by a grain of salt, I mean a bag of salt. By a bag of salt, I mean all the salt that's in the ocean times 5. But still, remember in interviews, Gege said either one of them's going to live, or all of them's going to live. And I hate to break it to you, Nobara fans, but she's dead. Satoru Gojo, I know he's not included in the trio, but dead. Yuji Todori himself could still die. So can maybe Fushiguro. Would not be the first time a popular story has ended with the main character dying, or a new dragon is dying. It can still happen. So once again, this story has stakes. It's not our Disney Kaisen. I'm sorry, it's just not. And it's not the power of friendship. It's just people jumping the soul out of Sukuna. It's literally Sukuna getting his fade and his pockets run by the entire verse. I can't sit here in good faith and say that's the power of friendship. I can't. It's ludicrous. It's such a ludicrous claim. It is such a ludicrous claim that when I first started making the video, I sat down, started to record, and I was like, no, there's no way I have to do this. But I went back, I looked, and it's there. Just look a little bit for it. 265 has opened up a bunch of discussions. Most of them good. Some of them wackadoodle-doo. This one is one of the wackadoodle-doo ones. But ultimately, that's what I think. Please, what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you still think JJK has stakes? Do you think it's given up all stakes and now we're in My Disney Academia? Do you think Yuji's going to beat Sukuna with the power of friendship, or that all this teamwork and planning and execution ultimately falls down to the power of friendship and ultimately this is just poor, bad writing? Please let me know. All that and more in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave falling camera. I know that has nothing to do with the topic of the video, but for some reason this camera it refuses to stay up. I'm going to have to figure out how to do something with it before I record the next video. So leave falling camera in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little case bell so you don't miss out on every videos that come to the channel. Also I do have to have a Patreon down below, where you can support me for as low as $1 and things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reaction to the very next chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, ad-free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.
I'd like to thank you to our $3 members, Zena, Greyhound, Astro, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, G Prosper, Red Wolf 4765, and Paris Arnold. I'd like to leave another big ol' thank you to our $5 patrons, Sean, Sammy, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a great big thank you to our $7 members, Autumn Mornings Lazo, Fine, and That Guy. And I'd like to give a great big thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and Akid's Void. And I'd like to give big, hefty, juicy thank yous to our $10 patrons, Panda Goat, Michael Williamson, Metal Solid Crisis, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give the biggest, juiciest, meatiest, sloppiest, and heftiest thank you of them all to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.